Good afternoon and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Tuesday, the 12th of July 2022. Without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Let's get into these news stories then. Check this out. So Lake Parime, or Parime, not sure how you pronounce this, says we are delighted to be working with Tau blockchain to transform low value energy into high value sustainable computing power at our nuclear energy site in Ohio. Lake Prime's next step in diversifying our site portfolio. So check it out. So it looks like they're going to be powering Tau's mining operation. So Tau signs hosting agreement with Lake Parime to bring 3,000 machines online with clean energy by Q4 in the US. I mean, it's just great to see this kind of collaboration taking place, really. It says Lake Parime designs, build and operate sustainable computing infrastructure. They work with some of the largest utility companies in the world, helping them transform low energy to otherwise wasted clean energy into high revenue computing power by targeting computer segments that demand a significant amount of energy for data processing. The company's proprietary technology bridges the energy requirement between the computing industry and energy sector, unlocking enormous value for both. I mean, the energy sector is just progressing enormously. Love hearing collaborations like this. Check this out. So Robin DeLissa says, and Craig promises fireworks this month. Check it out. So she goes, probably nothing. Stephen Dell says, so Coinbase stock is down 53% over the last year and is on track to be a penny stock by next year. I don't even know how you lose that much money as a bucket shop. It's like Trump casino level of gross incompetence or something. Robin has said here, 4 months old now. This post, how's Coinbase doing? Lots of talk about bankruptcy, layoffs, and rescinding offers these days. Time will tell who is right. 42,606 views, and people are still interacting on it. And then Craig has said, this month, next blow. So we found where this came from. Check it out. This was the article. These were the comments. Loading more of that. It's like Craig hasn't commented more on that, but we can see the article itself. So this was 4 months ago. Craig right to sue Coinbase over Bitcoin listing. So again, you know, it's been out there. People know. I can't see the 46,000 view number, but anyway, that's the article there. It was 4 months ago. Check it out. JP Morgan traders are in hot water for manipulating the gold market. Editor's notes, with so much market volatility, stay on top of blah, 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 blah. So Kitco News, jurors were told that JP Morgan has been ripping off the gold and silver markets for years. Lucy Jennings, a prosecutor with the Justice Department's fraud sector, said this case is about criminal conspiracy inside one of Wall Street's largest banks. Never. Adding, to make more money for themselves, they decided to cheat. 3 former JP Morgan employees are in the firing line, including veteran head of precious metals Michael Nowak, gold trader Greg Smith, and Jeffrey Ruffo, an executive director who specialized in hedge fund sales. They are committing price manipulation. What was that? Committing price manipulation, wire fraud, commodities fraud, and spoofing from 2008 to 2016. My goodness me, 8 years they did that for. Spoofing was banned by law in 2010. Bit late, but you know, better late than never. It involves vast orders that traders cancel before they can be executed in a bid to push prices in the direction they want to make their actual trades profitable. Smith, a lead gold trader, was said to have executed 38,000 layers sequencing over the years, or about 20 days. So this is the kind of shit that happens when you're dealing with fiat currency. Literally, because fiat currency is inflated, so therefore it's constantly losing value, you just want more and more and more of it. You know, and you do that by ripping people off and looking after yourself. Whereas in Bitcoin is all about adding value to it. And you add value to it by providing a service that people use and find valuable for themselves. It completely flips the financial sector on its head. So there isn't going to be any of this shenanigans anymore when the world uses the Bitcoin standard. because the supply cannot be inflated. So therefore, you increase the value by adding value and making it more valuable and attractive to more people to use. So people are actually going to be economically incentivized to help people now rather than ripping people off. It's a complete paradigm shift. I mean, I heard also some of these banks were, charging storage for their customers' gold reserves when they weren't even holding the gold. Honestly, it's just absolutely scandalous. Never thought I'd hear that. Check this out. So breaking active Uniswap exploit underway. Over 4,000 ETH stolen and being laundered after possible phishing attack. Story is still developing. Oh dear. So it says here in Crypto Potatoes, over $8 million lost in Uniswap phishing attack. The phishing attack resulted in some LP NFTs being siphoned from users who approved malicious transactions on the Uniswap malicious transactions. The Uniswap founder, Hayden Adams, confirmed the hacker targeted the liquidity providers, that's the LP, of the Uniswap version 3 protocol to execute an elaborate phishing campaign. More than $8 million in ETH was believed to be lost so far in the attack. But again, ETH is economically worthless, unless you cash it out into genuine US dollar, which itself doesn't have any value itself, and then people are just simply going to be buying BSV after that because it's the only genuine digital commodity that can actually be used as cash. So therefore, it's the only actual commodity that can compete with US dollars for a cash payment system. It's going to be absolutely massive. So Uniswap's version 3 protocol's liquidity pools targeted. MetaMask security analyst Harry Denley was the first one to detect the incident. He observed that 73,399 addresses were sent a malicious token called Uniswap LP to target their assets under the pretext of false Unitokens airdrop. Again, people just getting greedy, wanting airdrops, all this crap. The malicious token sent to the victims appeared to come from a legitimate Uniswap version 3 position NFT contract by manipulating the form field in the blockchain transaction explorer. The website hosted by bad actors would then read sensitive user information and steal funds from their wallets. So again, this is why you need a blockchain that is private, not anonymous, because anonymous centralized systems allow stuff like this to be done and people just get away with it. And then when it happens, those people who are using these anonymous networks to get away from the law are just like, oh, we need regulation, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, it's an absolute joke, Check this out. 3 Arrows Capital office abandoned. Founders missing, say creditors. Oh dear, oh dear. The founders of the embattled crypto hedge fund 3 Arrows Capital are missing. And when court-appointed liquidators recently visited the firm's Singapore office, all they found was a locked door and a pile of old mail. In a July 8 filing with the US Bankruptcy Court in New York's Southern District, Russell Crumpler and Christopher Farmer, who were appointed by a British Virgin Islands court to serve as 3 Arrows Capital's liquidators and wind down the operations, reported that the whereabouts of Suzu and Carl Davies are currently unknown. And while a lawyer in Singapore purporting to represent the founders recently approached the foreign representatives, the founders have not yet begun to cooperate with the foreign representatives in any meaningful manner. The filing continued. The foreign representatives referred here are Crumpler and Farmer, who work for the advisory firm Tenneco. Well, there's a little bit more onto that, but this headline has actually reached Bloomberg. So Bloomberg saying 3 Arrows Capital founders whereabouts unknown, liquidators say. Oh dear. However, we have now got a comment here. So 3 Arrows Capital, Zoo finally breaks silence. So it says here, the last couple of weeks have been incredibly harsh on the cryptoverse, with the failure of several projects coming to light. Investors were left with significant losses. The bankruptcy filing of 3 Arrows Capital sent shockwaves across the market. While 3 Arrows Capital descended, its lenders like Voyager, BlockFi and others were also in trouble. Amidst all of this, the whereabouts of the founders of the firm, Zhu Su and Carl Davies, were unknown. Now, weeks after going incognito, Suzu decided to break his silence on Twitter. So, a Watcher Guru just reported, said, just in, 3 Arrows Capital founder Suzu says their good faith to cooperate with the liquidators was met with baiting. Yeah, seen that many times before. Liquidators are not on your side if you're the company that's lost everybody else loads of money. They're trying to get you on the hook for loads of stuff. Well, addressed to an individual called Russell, the 3 Hours Capital founder shared screenshots of 2 emails. Suzu is further seen accusing the platform's liquidators of baiting. So it says, sadly, our good faith to cooperate with liquidators was met with baiting. Hope that they did exercise good faith, something the Starkware token warrants. The aforementioned seen emails were sent out by Christopher Anand Daniel Oz Advocatus Law, who is Suzu's legal counsel. The emails were reportedly sent to the legal team of the 3 Hours Capital liquidators. Additionally, as per the email, Suzu legal counsel was accusing liquidators of baiting both the founders. All of this while neglecting their efforts to work with them. Yeah, it's going to be a rough time for pretty much one and all, really. But there's fingers pointing, and people lost money, and people just want their money back. And it's just like, well, where's our money gone? Well, people need to take responsibility for themselves. But until that much, they're going to keep. Until that happens, they're still going to keep on applying as much pressure on any other person as they can that they think they can squeeze money from. It's not going to be a very pleasant situation to be in at all. But like I said, shitcoiners get shat on. That's all I can say. Check this one out. So, Philippines government urged to ban Binance over illegal promotion and sales. A local public policy think tank in the Philippines has called on the government to investigate Binance Exchange, which has been promoting its services and even serving Filipinos without a license. Known as InfraWatch PH, the think tank sent a letter to the country's Department of Trade and Industry calling for the immediate action against Binance. Quote here, we would like to bring to your immediate attention the illegal sales promotion of Binance, which presumably have been launched without the necessary DTI permit. Considering the absence of DTI permit number in the promotional advertising and the general lack of applicable licenses and registration of Binance in the Philippines, says the letter, penned by InfraWatch Governor Terry Ryden, which local outlet BitPenas had access to. I mean, again, it's no different from a Ponzi scheme. Locals that have no idea what they're doing, never traded before, lured in by what they think is leverage. Other people saying, "Oh, you should do it. I made this." You never hear people saying, "Well, I lost this." Do you? It's just Ponzi scheming, really. Binance makes money from trades. They trade, all these other shitcoin exchanges trade against their customers. Binance's exchange goes down whenever there's huge price volatility. Blah 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 blah. So. Yeah, I think they're on the right track there. Check this one out. Ethereum co-founder responds to proof-of-stake critics amid upcoming merger. Well, again, proof-of-stake, there is no economic competition between the distributed network. So it turns Ethereum into a security offering. And it can't scale anyway with proof of stake because it's proof of work that adds the energy to the network, and it's the added energy that you need in order to process increased amounts of transactions. Proof of stake is an absolute piece of pap, like total pap. So, his responses are going to be very naive and ill thought out anyway because utter fool. Check this one out. So, Swiss post-banking arm developing in-house crypto custody platform. Again, look, they say, "Oh yeah, give us your crypto. We'll look after it for you. We'll be your custodial." It's just that all they want is to hold it for you so that you don't have control over it. Like, we don't need any of these custody platforms at all with Bitcoin. People need to take responsibility for themselves. If you give your money or crypto to someone else, expect them to run off with it. It's as simple as that. And these people just simply don't want you to use it. But what banks really need to do is they need to turn into huge mining operations. If they're going to make money, that is what banks need to do. Banks need to sort of add hash power to the system to help start processing transactions because that's what their business model is anyway. They record transactions for their customers. Whereas now you can just add hash rate to the network, which is what banks will need to do. They are going to have to literally wake up, or else they're going to find themselves redundant very soon. Check this one out. The UK's largest Bitcoin conference comes to Scotland. Check it out. Over 800 attendees are set to attend the United Kingdom's largest international Bitcoin conference in Edinburgh, Scotland, October 21st. Shame it's not October 31st. That would be quite coincide with the release of the white paper, wouldn't it? Be quite good. But anyway, the bear market won't scuttle Bitcoin. That's Core Coins. Adoption plans in the United Kingdom from October 21st to 22nd this year. Internationally recognized Bitcoin experts, authors, and content creators will take part in the United Kingdom's largest Bitcoin conference to date, organized by the Bitcoin Collective. What the hell is that? A newly formed Bitcoin company, and in partnership with Bitcoin and crypto exchange OKX. The event takes place in the Assembly Rooms on Edinburgh's George Street. Well, you know, there's going to be a lot of turmoil in the markets when that happens. I wonder if there's going to be a few red faces when they realise that the genuine Bitcoin is the original protocol, which is BSV, and not Coolcoin, that centralised piece of crap SegWit protocol, centrally owned and controlled by Blockstream. Again, you know, people are going to find that out the hard way. And the last one here, rebase token economy dropped from $8 billion to $577 million in 7 months. Oh my goodness me, it's like it's dropping by $1 billion a month. What is this? 7 months ago, the top rebase crypto token by market capitalization were collectively worth $8.03 billion. And since then, the entire rebase token economy has lost more than 92%, dropping to $577 million. Olympus has dropped 99% since the asset's all-time high. Kilmer DAO shed 99.9%, and Wonderland is down 99.8% from its all-time high. Elastic Rebase token falls short of expectations, sliding 92%. I mean, I don't even know what this is. It's an absolute shitcoin, an utter shitcoin. Like, who cares? Who cares? I mean, what are they, just attention-seeking there? But shitcoiners get shat on. That's all I can say. Right. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the show. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.